to record. So child pose, you have your knees as wide as the mat. So you come into a sort of a low squat, knees as wide as the mat. And then you're going to lower your chest down onto the mat, forearms out in front. And this is our resting pose in yoga. And bring your forehead all the way down. So that's our child pose. We normally start in this position. And in yoga, we breathe into our nose, out through our nose. So breathing in and out. Now you lift your forehead, lift your hips, walk your knees in. So your knees are hip width apart, so you're on hands and knees. So you stretch your right leg back, left arm forward. So you're not moving your waist, just your arm and leg. And then lower. Right arm forward, left leg back. Staying with that breath. Inhale, so you inhale, right leg back, left arm forward. And lower. Right arm forward, left leg back. And lower. This time you take your right leg back, left arm forward and hold. Now I want you to flex that right foot, you lower your right toes down and you rotate your chest, so your left arm up to the sky. Now bring your left arm forward, lower your left hand down, lower your right knee down. Swap sides, right arm forward, left leg back. Flex your left foot, lower your left toes down. Open up your chest, right arm up to the sky. Lower your right hand down, lower your left knee down. Now bring your hips back to your heels and rest your chest on your thighs. Lower your forehead all the way down onto the mat. Now come back up to hands and knees, tuck your toes. Walk your hands back towards your knees, lift your knees to your chest. Hands closer to your feet and start to straighten your legs. To come into that forward fold, rest your chin on your chest. And slowly come all the way up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and down. Now come to the top of your mat. Take your arms up, interlace your fingers at the top. Take both arms to the right. Come back up to center. Now let's go to the left. Back to center. Now let's go right again. So it's like a pendulum. Back up to center. Now let's go to the left. Back to center. One more to the right. Back to center and to the left. Come back to center. Now you're going to lift your right knee. Take your right leg all the way back. Keep it lifted. Arms behind you. This is what we call warrior 3. Now you step that right leg all the way back. Bend your left knee. Now your right foot should be parallel with the back of your mat. Chest towards your left leg. Arms up. This is warrior 1. Now you rotate your chest. You have your left arm forward, right arm back. So this is warrior 2. Your legs stay where they are, it's just your arms moving, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, come forward. Lower your left hand onto your left shin, right arm up. Triangle pose. Mariam, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
So I'll get my iPad on so I can see you. But anyway. Now you're going to bend your left knee, lower both hands onto the mat. You lift your back heel. You'll step your left back of the mat. You're in downward dog, so hips to the sky. Which lower your chest to plank. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down. Untuck your toes. Lift your chest, we're in upward dog. You look up, tuck your chin, back to downward dog. Look forward. Now slowly have a slight bend in your knees as you walk your feet to your hands. And we slowly come all the way up. Arms up to the sky. Lift your left knee this time. Take your left leg back, arms back. We're in warrior three. Lower that left leg back of the mat. You bend your right knee, arms up. So we just swap sides, same thing. Warrior one. We're counting 3 breaths. Rotate your chest, right arm forward, left arm back. Warrior two. Straighten that front leg, lower your right hand down, left arm up. Make sure that palm's facing away from your body. Triangle pose. 3, 2, 1. Bend your right knee, lower your hands onto the mat. You lift that back heel behind you. Step your right leg backward, downward dog. Let's hold. 3, 2, 1. Lower to plank. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down. Come up for upward dog as you lift your chest. Look up to the sky. Tuck your toes, we're in downward dog. Look forward, slight bend your knees. Walk your feet forward to your hands. And slowly come all the way up. Arms up to the sky. Second set, we lift our right knee. Take your right leg back. We're in warrior three. Lower your right leg all the way back. Arms up. Warrior one. Warrior two. Left arm forward. Right arm back. Straighten your front leg. Lower that left hand down. Right arm up. We're in triangle. Bend your left knee. Now this time I want you to come back up to warrior two. You're going to rotate that front arm so your palm is facing up. And then we lean back to reverse our warrior. So left arm over your head. Look up to the left palm. Keep your left knee bent. 3, 2, 1. Now take both arms all the way up and over. Lower onto your mat. You lift your back heel behind you. Step your left leg back. We're in downward dog. Lower to plank. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Lower your chest all the way down. Come up for upward dog. Back to downward dog. Look forward, walk your feet forward. And slowly come all the way up, nice and slow. Arms up to the sky. Lift your left knee this time. Take your left leg back, arms back. We're in warrior three. Take your left leg back of the mat, arms up. We're in warrior one. Make sure that right knee is bent. Look up to the sky. Eye gaze in between your hands. Oops. Rotate your chest, right arm forward, left arm back. We're in warrior two. Straighten your front leg. We're in triangle. Let right arm down, left arm up. Bend your right knee, come back up to warrior two. You rotate that right arm so your palms facing up. Let's lean back to reverse our warrior. You look up to your right palm. For 3, 2, 1. Take both arms up and lower onto your mat, hands down. You lift your back heel. Now this time I want you to step that left foot forward to meet your right foot. Knees are slightly bent, chest on your thighs. Take your arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Press your chest onto your thighs. Eye gaze to your toes. For 3, 2, One, now start to lift your chest. Straighten your legs. Push your hips forward, you lean back. Shoulder blades together. Bit of a back bend. 3, 2, 1. Look forward. Release your arms. Take your arms up. Lift your right knee. Take that right leg back. Warrior 3. Right leg all the way back of the mat. Arms up. Left knee bent. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Left arm forward. Right arm back. Straighten your leg. We're in triangle. Left hand down. Right arm up. Bend your left knee. Let's come back up to warrior 2. We go the other way. Reverse our warrior. Left arm over. Take both arms up. This time I want you to lift that back heel. You step your right foot forward. Lift your left knee. Left leg back. Arms up. Warrior 3. Left leg back of the mat. Arms up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Right arm forward. Left arm back. Straighten your right leg. Right hand down. Left arm up. Triangle pose. Bend your right knee. You're in warrior 2 again. Come back up. Let's lean back to reverse our warrior. Take both arms. And take your chest forward. You lift that back heel. Lower your hands onto the mat. Step your right leg back. You're in downward dog. So make sure your hips to the sky. You lower to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes this time. Bring your hips all the way back to your heels. You rest your chest on your thighs. Forehead down. Lift your forehead, lift your chest. Back onto hands and knees, tuck your toes, we're in downward dog. Now walk halfway up your mat. And we slowly come up to come into our balancing sequence. Lift your right knee, interlace your hands onto your right shin. Point your toes downwards. For 3, 2, 1. Now bring that right foot into your left thigh for tree pose. Option, you can have it inside your left thigh, or you have it. You choose your option. So your right heel inside your left ankle, on your shin, or all the way up. You choose your option. Hands to prayer. So hip opener. For 3, 2, 1. Release your right foot down. On left side, take hold of your left shin. Interlace your hands on your left shin. Toes pointing down. Keep that left foot engaged for 3, 2, 1. Take it inside of your right thigh this time. Or you have your toes down. Hands to prayer. Release. Let's form our sequence. Arms up. Interlace your fingers. Lift your right knee. Take hold of your right shin. Toes pointing down. Come into that tree pose. For 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to cross that right foot. So it should be above your left knee. So it's on your left thigh. Hands to prayer. Start to bend your left knee as you take a bow. Don't worry about going too low. For 3, 2, 1. Now release that right leg and take it over. You're in that warrior 3 position. 3, 2, 1. Keep your chest low. Lower your right foot down. Interlace your fingers. Take hold of your left shin and lift. Come all the way up. Come into tree pose. Left foot into your right thigh. Hands to prayer. Cross over your right thigh so it's above your knee. Start to bend your right knee as you take a bow. Keep your chest low. Take your left leg back. We're in that warrior 3. Bring your left foot forward. Interlace your fingers. Let's add one more. Let's do another set. Interlace your hands onto your right shin and you lift. Come into tree pose. Cross over for that funky chair. So on your left thigh, take a bow. Take that right leg back. Now this time you're going to lower your right toes down. Take your right elbow over your left knee. So we're in that twist. For 3, 2, 1. Bring your chest back to center. Keep your chest low. You bring your right foot in, interlace your fingers, hands onto your left shin, and then you lift. Come into tree pose. So for that funky chair. Slight bend in your right knee, take a bow. Take your left leg back. Lower your left toes down. So you keep that left heel lifted. Left elbow over. Twist. Bring your chest back to center. Lower your hands onto the mat. You take your right leg back. You're in downward dog. You lower to plank. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Stay in that hands and knees position. Do a quick cat cow. So inhale, you round your back and bring your chin to chest. Exhale, you arch your back and look forward. So you stick your bum out. So inhale, round your back, chin to chest. Exhale, arch your back and look forward. Inhale, round, hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, arch and look forward. Bring it back to neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Knees off the mat. You come all the way out to downward dog. Look forward, slight bend your knees. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees. And you take a seat onto the mat. Hands behind you. Slide your hips back so your hips should be in between your hands. Flex your feet. Hands either side of your hips. Now, so it's like you're pushing that floor away. So you straighten your arms. Bring your shoulders. So you really push your chest forward. Shoulder blades back. Engage your core. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to just lean back a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Now bring your chest forward. Take hold of your big toes. So for the purpose of Miriam, who hasn't done yoga before, when we take hold of our big toes, we take our second and third finger behind your big toe and your thumb in front. So
Okay.
That's how you take hold of your big toes. And if it doesn't reach, you can always have a slight bend in your knees. So don't strain your lower back.
Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't reach, you bend your knees. And then eventually it will,
Yeah.
you'll notice that, oh, I can reach my toes. But for now, just keep your knees slightly bent. Okay, for 3, 2, 1. Now release your big toes. You're going to bend your right knee and bring that right knee to your chest. Make sure your left foot is flat. Then you lower that right knee down so your right foot is inside of your left thigh. So it's almost like that tree pose, but sitting down. Take your hand either side of your hips and just bring that right knee a bit further back. So you're opening up your right hip, but your chest should be facing your left leg. Slide your around your left leg. Again, if it doesn't reach, bend your left knee. You take hold of your toes. So 3, 2, 1. Again, like I said, if it doesn't reach, you keep that knee bent. Now, keep your left hand on your toes. Take your right arm all the way up. You follow that right hand as you take it all the way behind you. And then you wrap that right arm round your back, round your waist, as far as you can get it. You look over your right shoulder. So it's a twist. For 3, 2, 1. Release that right arm around your back all the way up to the sky. You come forward. Release your left hand. You lift that right knee. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee. X your right foot. Lower that left knee down. The left foot should be inside of your right thigh. Again, hands either side of your hips. As you just bring that left knee a bit further back. So we're just opening up our left hip this time. Chest towards your right leg. Take hold of your right toes. Leave your right hand over your toes and take your left arm up, follow it all the way behind you. Wrap around your back, round your waist. Maybe you can bring it to your right thigh. For 3, look over your left shoulder. 2, 1. Release your left arm up. Take it forward and release. Now, cross your ankles. Now, option. We're going to take ourselves back up to hands and knees and then up to downward dog. So you have 2 options. You either cross your ankles, you bring your hands out in front, and hands and knees, up to downward dog. Or you just bring one knee on top of the other, come to hands and knees, tuck your toes. You're in downward dog. So we'll do a few of these and you choose your option. You lower to plank. Lower your knees, bend your elbows and your chest. You lower all the way down. Come up for upward. Tuck your toes back to downward. Look forwards. Walk your feet forward. Bend your knees. Don't worry, we'll do so many of these. You'll get used to it. Take a seat. Legs out in front. Bend your right knee. Flex your left foot. This time you take your chest towards that right thigh. So it's like you're twisting over. So you're bringing your left breast to your right knee. So you twist over, left arm around your right shin, right arm around your back. Look over your right shoulder. Make sure you flex that left foot. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Now we go the other way. You bring your right shoulder inside of that right knee. Option. You can take hold of your left foot. If it doesn't reach, you can always bend. Or you want to take that bind. So you wrap that right arm. Very much. I suggest you just take hold of your left toes. Everyone else, you can just wrap your right arm around your right shin, left arm around your back as you take that bind. For 3, 2, 1. Release the bind. Swap sides. Left knee to your chest. Now this time your right breast towards your left knee. Right arm round your left shin. Left arm round your back. So twisting in yoga is really good for detoxing. There's a lot of twisting poses when we sit down. For 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Now you bring your left arm inside. So your left shoulder is like a stuck inside that left knee. Take hold of your right toes. One option. Or you wrap your left arm around your left shin, right arm around your back, and you take that bind. I recommend as well for you. What about your shoulders? Just take hold of your elbow, hold of your right foot. Let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Release. Now you choose your option again, either cross your ankles or you bring it together. You come to hands and knees, up to downward dog. We lower to plank. Let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down. Lift the chest up. We're in upward dog. Look up. Tuck your toes. We're in downward dog. Look, your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees. Hands behind you. Take a seat. Now, this time, take your arms out in front of your palms facing. So, option. You either have your knees bent as you lift your feet off the mat, or you straighten them. You choose your option. So this is a bit of core work. It's called boat pose. So for 3, 2, 1. You cross your ankles. Keep your feet lifted. You bring your hands onto your shin and you look up. For 3, 2, 1. Uncross your ankles. You lift your feet. Have them bent or straightened. 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles. Hands on your shin. Chest to your thighs. Look up for 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more. Hold for 3, 2, 1. You lower. Bring the soles of your feet together. Lower your feet down. Interlace your hands around your toes. Round your back. Wow, that's the wind. Please. For 3, chin to chest. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 5 more. It's a really good hip opener as well. She's still that in your inner thigh. If you don't feel it, you bring your chest even closer to your feet. You should be feeling that inside of your inner. 3, 2, 1. Straighten your arms. Take your right hand outside your right knee as you lift that right knee. So now your right knee to the chest, your right toes onto the mat. Then you bring that left foot now in front of your right thigh. So your left heel is down. Your right heel is in front of your left ankle. Just to that right thigh. Interlace your hands underneath your right foot. And you're going to straighten that right leg. You can always keep it bent. Don't worry. Straighten. And you can always hold on to that calf if you can't reach your toes. For 3, 2, 1. Now option, you can either lower that right foot back in front of your left ankle. You see if you can bring that right foot over your left knee. So you can twist again. So you choose your option. And then you bring your left elbow now over that right knee. Right arm around your back. You look over your right shoulder. So it's a twist. Seated, twisted pose. 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Let's go the other way. So right hand inside of that right ankle, left arm around your back. You look over your left shoulder. Center. You uncross that right foot. Now you bring your left knee to your chest. You lower your right knee down, so your right foot should be in front of your left heel, in front of your right ankle. That's our starting position. Interlace your hands underneath your left foot and you straighten, or you keep it bent. For 3, 2, 1. Option, you can lower that left heel down in front of your right ankle, or you cross it all the way over your right knee, right thigh. Twist, right elbow over your left knee, left arm around your back. Excuse me, let's hold for 3, 2, Come to center. Let's twist the other way. Left hand to your left ankle. Right arm around your back, over your right shoulder. And back to center. And cross that left foot. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat. Now, this time we're going to uncross our ankles, and then you have your toes as wide as your mat. We're going to come into a low squat. You lift your knees, your heels are in, toes are out, shoulders inside your knees, hands to prayer. So it's a low squat. The shoulders inside your knees, your feet are as wide as your mat, your heels are in, toes are out. So really good hip opener again. You stay here for 5, 4, hands to prayer. 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips. Keep your arms where they are. So open your knees wide. I want you to just walk your feet a bit further away. Right hand underneath your right hand,
Camera is giving me a headache.
on top of your right foot. Take your left hand underneath your left ankle, on top of your left foot. And let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet in, so your soles of your feet together. Keep your hands underneath your ankles, chin to chest. Now release your arms. Hands outside your knees as you bring your knees together. Walk your feet closer to your body. Wrap your arms around your shin. If possible, take hold of your opposite elbows. You bring your forehead to your knees. 3, 2,
It's my neck.
1. Release your arms. Bring both knees onto the mat. As you come back up to hands and knees. Up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes, bring your hips all the way back to your heels. Chest to thighs, forehead down. Come up to hands and knees. Let's do one more final stretch. You slide your left knee in between your hands, as close to your hands as possible. And slide that left foot away from your groin as you slide your right leg back. It's what we call pigeon pose. And you lower your chest all the way down. Forearms onto the mat. If possible, you bring your forehead down. Your forehead, straighten your arms. You need to roll that left hip onto the mat. Slide that right leg to your right toes to the sky. And bring that left knee towards your groin. So your left knee is bent, right leg wide. Slide your right hand down, your right leg onto your right toes. Take your left arm over. 3, 2, 1. Take both arms up. Hands top of the mat. You lift that left hip off the mat. Tuck your right toes, right knee off the mat. Left knee off the mat as we come back up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Now you lower your right knee down to your hands, right foot away from your groin. Slide your left leg away, top of your left foot down onto the mat. You lower your chest, forearms down, forehead down. Lift your forehead. Straighten your arms. Roll your right hip down. Bring your left toes to the sky, that right foot in your groin. Left hand to your left toes, right arm over your head. Take both arms to the sky. Hands onto the mat. You lift your right hip. Tuck your left toes, left knee off the mat. Right knee off the mat as you into your downward dog. Flat on your knees, eye gaze in between your hands. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees. Hands behind you as you take a seat. Arms out in front, palms facing you. Then you roll your back all the way onto the mat. Actually, before you roll down, let's just roll halfway down. And then come back up. So halfway down. And then back up. This time when you roll halfway straight in that right leg, point your toes. And then you come back up. Make sure you engage your core. Halfway straight in your left leg, point your toes. And come back up. Right leg straighten. Take that right leg wide. Bring it back in and we come back up. Lean back, left leg. Take it wide. Back in and up. One more time. Right leg. Wide. Back in. Left side. Wide. Back in. And lean back, take your back all the way down. Lift your feet off the mat. Legs up to the sky. Legs wide. Point your toes. Bring your legs back together. Bend your knees, lower your feet down. Arms either side of your body. And you're going to lift your hips. Arms either side of your body, palms facing up. You lower your hips. Just lift your hips again. You lower your hips. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Lower your head. Take your arms over your head and take hold of your opposite elbows. You stay here for 5 minutes. Now bring your knees together. You slide your legs away. Take your arms either side of your body, palms facing up. And just close your eyes. And stay here for a few breaths. Now bend your right knee and bring your right knee to your chest. And then bend your left knee and bring your left knee to your chest. My hands on you. And roll your body and your knees to the right side. You roll to the right side, bring your right ear down. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Take your left hand and press your left hand down to push yourself up to a seated position. Cross your ankles. Come up to a seated position, chin to chest. Put your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Lower your chin to chest. You're going to round your back. Straighten your back, take your arms behind you. And you take hold of your opposite elbows. And you bring your chest forward. Now bring your chest all the way over to your right thigh. Back to center, bring it to your left. Come back to center. Keep your chest low and take your arms out in front of you, interlace your fingers. The back is rounded. Straighten your back and take your arms up. Inhale, round your back, arms out in front, chin to chest. Exhale, straighten your back and take your arms up. Inhale, round your back, arms out in front, chin to chest. Exhale, straighten your back, take your arms up. Do one final twist. You leave your left arm up to the sky and take your right arm round your back as you bring your left hand to your right knee. Twist, look over your right shoulder. Now I want to round your back again. As you swap hands, you bring your left arm round your back. Right hand to your left knee. Straight. And you look over your left shoulder. Round your back. Take both arms out in front again. Interlace your fingers. You straighten your back and take your arms all the way up. Hands to prayer. You lower your thumbs to your forehead. Slide to your voice. Slide to your lips. Slide to your words. Slide to your breastbone. Take a bow. Rest your elbows on your thighs and your chin on your fingers. And feel that stretch the back of your neck. The clarity in your heart. With the light in your body, the light in you. Namaste.